Welcome to
The watch. The Chinese watch.
the Chinese Watch. It's our first episode ever. Thank you very much. Glad you could join me today. This is a channel all about the cool Chinese watches and my feelings on them and where you can get them. Today I want to talk about a watch if you're considering going onto Aliexpress to take advantage of their anniversary sale running from March 20th, which was yesterday, through the 26th, I believe. You cannot do any better than picking up this little beauty right here. This is the Sea Dive model of 1953, SD1953 it's called. It's an homage to a famous watch that submariners would like to wear on their submarine. It has some really good features, and there's a lot of videos on here praising this watch's awesome benefits or awesome qualities. And some of those include things like this ceramic bezel with a full lume. So all these marks on the bezel, they're all lumed. It's got nice action. It's not too much back play. It's very tight fit. It doesn't have that bank vault ratchet sound that a lot of watches have, but it's a good solid click. And I think it's 120 click. Let me see. I'll go for 5 minutes here. Yeah, it's 120 click because it's 2 per minute. I got 10 clicks out of 5 minutes. So 120 click unidirectional dive time bezel. That just means that you can set this to where the minute hand is when you go diving, theoretically. So we'll set it right to where the minute hand is right now. And then assuming you have 20 minutes of dive time, you can stay down as long as you have all these hash marks. And then you better get your ass up. That's 15 minutes. And then once you hit that 20, you're breathing salt water. It's not really a watch to take diving with you. It states a 300-meter water resistance. Could be. If you get the good one, maybe. It has a nice design on the back. It looks kind of like a skull and crossbones, but if you look closely, it's actually a couple of divers' tanks, a mask, and some flippers. It lists down some of the specifications: automatic movement, NH35, dive 300 meters by steel dive, all stainless steel, automatic. And like I said, there's no shortage of videos praising the qualities of this watch. It's really one of my favorites. Has nice finishing. The tops are brushed, so long ways, longitudinally. The sides are mirror polished. And the transition is a nice mirror polished, soft edge. It's not sharp as a razor blade. So there are no sharp edges on my example. Just well executed and no nonsense. What is really great about this watch is the lume on it. It is extremely bright. In fact, sometimes during the day, I'll be out in the bright sunlight and go under a tree or go under go inside my car. And just from being in the shade, the lume will just pop out at you. And when I wake up in the morning, if I leave this under a light before I go to bed, I can wake up in the morning and it is showing me the time 8 hours later. There's your lume shot. It stays bright all night. You can read it when you wake up, even if it's still dark out. Has the nice NH35 movement, which is hacking and hand winding. Just want to move that minute hand out of the way so you can see the full-on effect of that Cyclops. It really does magnify the date. A white date disc with a black numeral. Probably should have done the opposite. Probably should have had a black disc with white numerals. It's all according to your preferences, though. Nothing wrong with it. It's pretty standard to have the white date disc. Downsides, things that people complain about with this watch is mostly the bracelet. And I can tell you that a couple things. First, if you see this hole kind of looks oblong, that's from over polishing. So this bracelet suffers from over polishing to a degree. And the other thing is it uses push pins, so it's kind of like a cotter pin instead of screws to hold it together. Does it have a little play? Yeah, it's not super rattly though. It does feel comfortable on your wrist, and people aren't crazy about the clasp either. It has 3 holes of micro adjustment. On mine, I just noticed the current model has 4 holes, but the trade-off for that is the clasp ends up then coming, it's a lot longer. It comes all the way down to here. For me, it fits with 3 holes. That doesn't mean it fits for everyone, but maybe I just got lucky. So it doesn't bother me to have the smaller clasp. And then, of course, with the inside being this long, the outside could be equally long. It would still be as comfortable. But I guess I just like the look of the smaller clasp. It has the Steel Dive logo embossed on the clasp. I don't know if that's a laser engraving or not, but it sure looks nice and sharp and detailed. All around good watch, I would say. Dimensionally, it is, the bezel's the biggest part, 40.52 or 40.5 we'll say. And the diameter of the watch without the crown is 40 point, it's getting smaller and smaller, people. It's shrinking before your eyes. Let's say 40-ish. And it's not the easiest thing to measure on camera. And the lug to lug is a very respectable 70 or 47.87. The 4K Watch Review channel claims that 48 millimeters is the perfect size lug to lug measurement because it fits any wrist perfectly. That's what he says. I have no reason to dispute that. The man wears white gloves and has a British accent. He must really know what he's talking about, I'm sure. Having said that, his video on this watch was the one that made me buy it. I used his affiliate link, in fact, so you're welcome, 4K Watch Review. Now, when I bought this watch, it was back in October last year, and now it's March. I paid $104 for this, and I felt like it was a fantastic deal. I have absolutely no regrets with the watch. I regretted that I didn't buy it from the Steel Dive USA shop because I would have gotten it a month sooner than I did. I didn't end up getting it for about 2 months. It's one of the trade-offs with AliExpress. Here's the order details for the one I bought back in October. $103.48 with, I had a $5 off coupon, and it was $5.91 in tax. So then it ended up being $104.39 with tax included. And here is the current AliExpress ad for this on March the 21st. You can get it for $79.60. That is a steal. That's a steal and a half. Like I said, I paid close to $30 more than what this is. So this is 2/3 of the price I paid. And I felt really good about the purchase I'd made at that point. So if you're thinking about it, I wouldn't hesitate. It's definitely worth it. Having said that, the buying experience on AliExpress is not, it's not Amazon. You don't always get what you buy. I bought a watch on AliExpress. It was even cheaper than this one is now. It was $59. It did not arrive. I got an empty package that came a month late. I complained to the post office. I complained to the seller. I complained to AliExpress. I complied with everything they wanted. I gave them proof. I gave them pictures of the empty bag. I didn't get, they basically just stopped talking to me about it. So it's a great site to deal directly with Chinese manufacturers and get things for an awesome price. But especially if you're shipping to the US, it takes a long time to get here. What is that? Does that have estimated delivery date? No, but it's a 2-month wait for that watch, which is kind of fun because you might forget what you bought and then you get it and you're like, wow, fantastic. The other downside, like I said, if you don't get what you bought, you're not going to get much customer care or service from AliExpress or from the sellers. I doubt there's very many people there who even can read and write English. I mean, I'm just saying. I spoke with a person on the phone. Her English was very good. She practically guaranteed me she'd get me a refund. Nothing ever happened. So take it with a grain of salt. And the good thing about buying a watch from Steel Dives or somebody like Pagani Design, if they have the watch box, it has to come in a slightly better packaging. If you're just getting the watch with no packaging, with no box, they're going to put it in the cheapest envelope possible, which is what happened to mine. It came in a bubble pack envelope, which was easy for, frankly, I think it was stolen by one of our intrepid postal workers in Illinois, that they saw that there was a watch-shaped object in this cheap plastic bag. When nobody's looking, they turned around, ripped it open, pocketed the thing, and kicked the bag under a shelf somewhere, and it sat under there for a month. And someone was sweeping up and then kindly forwarded my empty bag to me. Anyway, don't let my nightmare dissuade you. I think this would be more likely to get there. All right, well, thanks for watching the video, and I hope you have fun shopping, whether you buy anything or not. Hopefully you'll see me again soon with some more professional watch videos. Take care. Adios.